Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting, titillating, orgasmic edition of Radical Rock and Record Reviews. And I'm your host, Wild Ride bassist Mick Watkins, otherwise known as Dick Twatkins, baby. And today, guys, or shall I say tonight, we're going to take a look at the latest concert that I went to. Tonight we're going to review a show that I seen last week. November 23rd, 2022 at the Ryman Auditorium in the beautiful, beautiful city of Nashville, Tennessee. I went and seen W.A.S.P, an Armored Saint. In my opinion, the hottest tour that has been hitting the road all year here in 2022. Even though the tour kind of just started, I don't know, a couple months ago. But anyway, it was at the beginning of this year. Whatever, W.A.S.P announced that after fucking 10 years, dude, a long 10-year hiatus of not playing shows and touring here in the U.S., it was announced way early, beginning of 2022, that W.A.S.P was finally hitting American soil here. And as soon as they released those dates, I seen that, Nashville, November 23rd. I was like, dude, I have to see this, because for years and years and years, W.A.S.P has been a bucket list band for me. And, this is the first time in 10 years, and I highly doubt it, but this could be, you never know, the final U.S. W.A.S.P tour. I highly doubt it because, dude, in all honesty, this tour has been kicking some major ass. I was looking at the fucking dates the other day, and majority of the shows have been sold out. So nonetheless, I had to go. But for some reason, I dragged my ass on getting tickets. And then finally, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks before the actual concert, I was at the bar hanging with my beautiful wife, Samantha. And I was like, you know what, babe? I was kind of drunk. I was drinking some Coors Lights and drinking some Red Stag and Diets. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. While I'm feeling this good, while I'm in my mood, while I'm in the zone, I went on my phone. I just went ahead and purchased the tickets. We didn't have any plan on driving to Nashville or staying anywhere. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy the tickets. And so once I buy the actual tickets, that means we have to go, right? Means we have to go. So anyway, I bought the tickets. And then what made it cool was it was the night before Thanksgiving. So I was like, you know what? That's pretty fucking cool, dude. We can drive to Nashville, maybe a night before the concert, and have a good time, hang out in Nashville, a place that I absolutely love. If I was going to move anywhere out of Louisville, Kentucky, it would be Nashville for sure. But anyway, I was like, you know what? We can leave the night before. We can get there a little early, experience lots of Nashville, hang out, have a good time. So that's what we did. Went there and left the night before, got there a little early. We went out and had a delicious dinner. Now, if you're ever in the Nashville area, this is the place that I would suggest to try out. Super cool, chill, rockin' vibe. It's a place called Hi-Fi Clyde's, dude. The drinks are cold. Their food is really good. The atmosphere is fucking electric. It's a really cool place. So check out Hi-Fi Clyde's in Nashville, downtown Nashville. Pretty close to the Ryman Auditorium where we were going to see W.A.S.P. So anyway, yeah. So we're set the next day. Go out and have some little adventures and shit in Nashville. Have some good times. And then it's time to go see W.A.S.P. And not only, this is an added bonus. Not only is it W.A.S.P we're going to see, but we're going to see a band that, I can say that I'm a fan of. A band that for years and years, I would say a good, 15, 16, 17 years, I've been a fan of this band, but I've been a very casual fan. I've never owned any of their albums, but, I've listened to their stuff. I've watched their music videos on VH1 Classic. I've streamed a lot of their stuff over the years, but I've never truly have given this band a true shot until now. So anyway, also joining W.A.S.P on the tour is the mighty Armored Saint. So yeah, so like I said before, for years and years, I've been a very casual Armored Saint fan. You know, like listen to their albums. Can you deliver? All that good shit. I know John Bush is an excellent vocalist. So, dude, you got the package of W.A.S.P and Armored Saint together. Fucking full-on classic heavy metal, 80s heavy metal show in Nashville. Can't miss it. So we get to the Ryman Auditorium, downtown Nashville. And, you know, I had previously looked up pictures of this place, you know, the seating chart to kind of pick out some good seats and shit. Try to get the vibe of what this place was going to be like. And, man, you walk up to it, and it's an old church. It's like an old church, I believe. Not really sure on the exact date, but I believe that this place was built in, you know, maybe the 1800s or something like that. Something close like that. Maybe this place is beautiful. Beautiful on the outside. We go on the inside, dude, and it's just it's a gorgeous fucking venue. Love this place. Honestly, right up there with some of my top venues to go see concerts at now. Here in town, I love the Louisville Palace. Very awesome, beautiful place. And the Ryman Auditorium is probably right up there next to the Louisville Palace. You know, so anyway, we go in. Place is packed. There's a bunch of metalheads, a bunch of rockers. Everybody's down to have a good time. And this is downtown Nashville, dude. Nashville is just a fucking happening place, man. It's so cool. And you go in, and automatically, the first two things on my mind were I need booze and I need to find the merch stand because I want to get me a W.A.S.P shirt and I want to check out some maybe the Armored Saint merch as well. So as soon as we walk in, I'm like, okay, let's go to the bar. Go to the bar. And honestly, you know, for being a concert venue and shit, the prices weren't horrible. I mean, they weren't great, but they weren't horrible. I got me, what did I get? I got a double fister. I got a double fister of 2 Coors Lights. And I got me, I think, a Red Stag and Diet to start the night off with. I got my baby some drinks. She likes that nasty vodka and Red Bull shit. You know, and all of a sudden, you get some drinks in, you know, get the drinks flowing. Going, okay, where's the merch booth? One of the dudes working at the Ryman Auditorium says, the merch booth is upstairs. So we go upstairs, and dude, this is the most packed. Besides a festival setting outside, this is the most packed I have ever seen a fucking merch booth, dude. This shit, they only had one table set up, which I kind of thought was a mistake. They only had one merch table set up, and they had, you know, the W.A.S.P merchandise featured, the Armored Saint merchandise featured, and dude, this fucking line went down here, went out the doors of the upstairs balcony area, wrapped around this kind of corridor thing or whatever. Dude, it was insane. And I'm talking to people, you know, they were about middle way in, and I was like, hey, how's the line going? They're like, dude, I've been here for fucking ever. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way the Wild Ride bassist Mick Watkins, otherwise known as Dick Twatkins, is wasting all my fucking time in this merch line. So I was like, you know what? Me being a concert veteran at this point, I was like, we'll come back. We will come back, my baby. We will come back and score some cool fucking merch. So anyways, we go back downstairs, and I run into lots of friends of mine, man. Like I said, Nashville's a happening place. And me being in the band Wild Ride and playing throughout, you know, the southern Midwestern region and stuff, I've met lots of friends from other bands. Ran into my buddies, Adam and Stacy, from the ultra killer new wave of traditional heavy metal band Savage Master. Adam and Stacy are super fucking cool, awesome people. After this video, go online, check out Savage Master, check out their latest album, Those Who Hunt at Night. It's amazing. I've actually got an album review of that coming here very soon. Ran into them. Ran into CC Nix and JT Shea of an other awesome killer band, kind of like a new age, kind of glam metal band called Stolen Prayer. Dude, you need to check them out. They're buds of mine. They're really cool. Super awesome fucking songwriters, entertainers, musicians. So yeah, check you out, some Savage Master and some Stolen Prayer. So anyway, bullshit around, talk to them, drink some more drinks. Ah, yeah! Then in walks my buddy, Wild Ride bassist, Wild Ride drummer, Kid Vicious, and his lovely wife, Stephanie Kid. So Steph and Kid join us. We hang out. with them, bullshit and stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Kid pre-show. And once I said, being in Nashville, we're sitting there hanging out next to the bar. And, we're people watching, looking around and shit. And all of a sudden, like, hanging out in this group, see Ryan Spencer Cook, Jeremy Asbrock, from Ace Frehley and Gene Simmons solo bands. See, above all, fucking see Rachel Bolan from Skid Row, sitting there, I think he's drinking a beer or something, might have been a water, a beer, I don't know, but yeah. So you see fucking Rachel Bolan of Skid Row just sitting there hanging out, and I'm like, looking at the Kid, I'm like, dude, this is fucking rad. I fucking love Nashville, dude. So yeah, Ryan Spencer Cook, Jeremy Asbrock, Rachel Bolan, all just sitting there fucking hanging out. And people weren't bothering them, man. Like, nobody was coming up to them, asking them for pictures and shit. So I didn't want to be that guy, I didn't want to bother them on their off night and shit. So I left them alone. Except for a little, like, nod, kind of thumbs up that I gave Rachel Bolan. That's pretty cool. But, other than that, the time hit like 7:45, 7:50. It was time to find our seats, which we had really good fucking seats, Now, my rule as a veteran concert goer now, if I cannot get at least from the first row up to maybe the first 10 rows on the floor in front of the stage, I don't want floor seats, all right? Because once you get past the 10th, 12th row on the floor, dude, you can't see shit. Everything's kind of up high, and you just got like a straight, narrow shot of the stage. So I was like, you know what? Those were kind of pricey. Majority of them were sold out anyway. So I was like, I'm not going to fuck with that. So what I did is I found us really good seats in the balcony, dude. I think we were like in row J. Went to our seats. Dude, I was not disappointed. We had immaculate seats. I would say besides the first couple rows in front of the stage, we probably had the best seats in the whole fucking house. It was amazing, just perfect aerial view of Armored Saint and W.A.S.P. Totally satisfied with our seats, and they were a little cheaper. So there's a little Dick Twatkins concert advice for everybody out there in YouTube land. So yeah, we get to our seats, and automatically, we're sitting around some metalhead people, and I'm talking to this dude about W.A.S.P. and how much we love W.A.S.P. and how psyched we are. And what's funny is I'm talking to these guys and talking like other people, including some of the band people I talked about, Adam and Stacy from Savage Master and Kid Vicious from Wild Ride, and they're talking. Not really a lot of people know much about Armored Saint, dude. Armored Saint is so underappreciated, so undervalued, so underrated. Like, I'm talking to these dudes that are, a little like older than me, that were teenagers in the 80s, that grew up fucking rocking the W.A.S.P. and Judas Priest and Metallica and shit. And, they're dudes that were like in the fucking scene back then. And they didn't even really know much about Armored Saint. And here I am being a casual fan of Armored Saint, Like I said, over the years, I've streamed lots of their albums and stuff, watched live videos of them, but I've never owned any of their albums. So I'm sitting there telling these guys that, dude, do not sleep on Armored Saint. And I kept telling Kid Vicious this. Do not sleep on Armored Saint. These guys are fucking amazing. So the house lights go down, and Armored Saint comes out, and they do a 10-song set list that from the beginning of the fucking show to the end, they fucking rocked. They never let up. John Bush on lead vocals. John Bush is amazing. Never really been a fan of Anthrax, really at all. But from what I've heard of them, if I dug any era, besides the first kind of more heavy metal album that they did, I think I'd probably be more into the John Bush era of Anthrax than the Joey Belladonna. But anyway, you got John Bush on vocals. You got a dude that's been fucking singing and screaming for 40 years. This guy hasn't lost one bit of his voice, dude. This guy is a beast. A total fucking heavy metal legendary beast. You got Joey Vera on bass. Now, over the last couple weeks leading up to this show, dude, I've been listening to shitloads of Armored Saint. And I'm sitting there listening to music. I'm like, dude, holy fucking shit. Joey Vera is an incredible bass player, dude. He's an insane talent. You know, he's been fucking playing with Merciful Fate for a while. And he actually left the Merciful Fate tour to go back on the road with his buddies in Armored Saint, his original band. Yeah, Joey Vera's amazing. Jeff Duncan on rhythm guitar. Awesome stage presence. And you got the Sandoval brothers. Phil Sandoval on lead guitar and Gonzo Sandoval on drums. Armored Saint, hugely underrated, mega talented band. Like I said, they did 10 songs in their set list. They opened with Rain of Fire. End of the Attention Span was killer. Long Before I Die. Last Train Home. And probably my favorite, actually, you know what, not probably. My favorite Armored Saint song thus far. Chemical Euphoria. Mass Hysteria. Chemical Euphoria. Chemical Euphoria. Fucking days after the concert, that's all I was doing while I was walking around, was singing Chemical Euphoria, about to crack, mass hysteria. John Bush didn't do that, but anyway. So yeah, Chemical Euphoria, another song off their latest album, was Punch in the Sky. Standing on the shoulders of giants, punching the sky every day. That song's awesome. Love that fucking song. Then they went into Win Hands Down. And then they went into song number 8, Can You Deliver? Which is the best song about pizza delivery ever fucking written. And then they went into March of the Saint, another great song. And then they closed the show out with Madhouse. I'm telling you, dude, like I said earlier, from the start of the show to the end of the show, Armored Saint did not let up. And I went from walking into the Ryman Auditorium that day, I went from walking in a very casual Armored Saint fan to now I'm a full-blown fan of Armored Saint. Fucking totally sold on the band. And I actually purchased my very first official Armored Saint album. Now, out of all of the ones I've streamed on YouTube Music, which I've listened to their whole discography a couple times, this is my favorite Armored Saint album so far. From 1987? Yeah, 1987. Raising Fear. This fucking album rules. It's got Chemical Euphoria, Crisis of Life. It's got Isolation on it. Fucking Underdogs. Human Vulture. Badass stuff. Mr. Saturday Night Special. They got a killer cover of Leonard Skinner's Saturday Night Special on here. And I'm not really a Leonard Skinner fan at all. But yeah, so look at that. They fucking made me a fan, purchased my very first Armored Saint album, and I'm going to buy the whole damn discography, dude, because like I said, dude, I fucking love Armored Saint. I was majorly impressed. I'm now a fan, and the whole discography will be mine. I'm not satisfied with streaming that shit on YouTube Music. I want the actual fucking physical album. I want to be able to just fucking hold the disc. And look at this. I got an import version from Japan, from that awesome fucking series that's out now, the HM 1000 import series with the Obi strip. Whatever. Armored Saint fucking rules. Love their set. So, coming up next, W.A.S.P. Armored Saint kills it. So then W.A.S.P., the house lights come on. They start tearing down Armored Saint's stage. And they're starting to set up for the W.A.S.P. stage. And if you haven't seen it, W.A.S.P. stage looks like a... my nose is itching. Hang on. W.A.S.P. stage looks like kind of like an old 1930s, 1940s, old kind of carnival setup. Mixed with like some kind of voodoo skulls and shit. So it looks like some kind of satanic voodoo circus sideshow. It's very eerie. It's very creepy. It's very W.A.S.P. And when they interviewed Blackie Lawless about it, when he was on Eddie Trunk's show at the beginning of the year, he built this show up. It was back on the 1986, 1987 Inside the Electric Circus tour. This is what he was wanting to do at first. And the production team back then in the 80s told him, they were like, Blackie, it sounds cool, but it's not flashy enough. It's not going to be good enough for these big-ass arenas that you're playing, opening up for Iron Maiden on the Power Slave. No, it would have been Somewhere in Time tour, or like Opening Up for Kiss on the Asylum tour. It's not going to be big enough. You got to have something bigger, glitzier, flashier. So they went for the Inside the Electric Circus stage, which I love. That probably my favorite W.A.S.P stage, honestly. But so anyway, but Blackie was never really pleased with that stage. So on this tour, he was like, you know what? I want to bring back that original Inside the Electric Circus stage concept. So yeah, we start seeing that erected. Totally fucking killer. Can't wait for the show. So while they're setting up all that, I had to go to the booze booth. I had to go get me, I think, 2 more Coors Lights. And I might have gotten another Red Stag and Diet. I'm not for sure. And Samantha, my beautiful, loving wife, she got some more of that nasty-ass vodka and Red Bull. So yeah, anyway, dude, so it comes out for fucking W.A.S.P. The house lights go down. And all of a sudden, the whole fucking Ryman Auditorium, W.A.S.P, 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 W.A.S.P. And then they fucking kick in, the band runs out, Mike Duda on bass, Doug Blair on guitar, the drummer's name, can't remember exactly how to say his name, Alistair Priest or some kind of shit, Aliquisher Priest, I don't know, he's got a weird name, I think he's Swedish or something, but anyway, yeah, Mike Duda, Doug Blair, let's call him Alistair Priest, and then they're out there fucking rocking, and all of a sudden Blackie Lawless runs out there, and the whole place erupts. W.A.S.P is tearing down the Ryman Auditorium. They kick it off with a medley. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of medleys, honestly. I would rather hear all of these songs individually played, the full songs. But for what it was, dude, which I know that Blackie fucking loves medleys, it was awesome. It was the perfect opening for this gig, and after seeing it, yes, I would like to hear those songs all the way through individually. I can't complain, dude. It's fucking W.A.S.P. It's Blackie Lawless. So they go into on your knees, but I want you on your knees, dancing with fire, burning your line. The sins that you write and you say, sex and pain and same, they're really the same, blah, 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 blah. I'm not Blackie Lawless. So then they go into one of my all-time favorite W.A.S.P songs, The Fucking Flame. When the flame burns out, dun, dun, dun. Turn it up at the radio. Let everybody shaking. The Flame kicks ass. I don't think W.A.S.P has played that in fucking years. It was great. Would have rather heard the whole song though, but I'll take it in a medley. Then they went into The Torture Never Stops. That was amazing. And then they close out the opening medley with Welcome, I bid you welcome to life inside the Electric Circus. Amazing. The medley ends. The fucking crowd goes wild. I'm over there drunk going, oh yeah! Fucking rocking, killing it. Blackie talks the audience a little bit. Then they go into Love Machine. Well, all I need's my love machine tonight. L-O-V-E. It's fucking amazing. Everybody's losing their minds. I'm losing my shit. Rocking and headbanging. Then, of course, the fucking crowd erupts again. They go into, I'm a wild child, come and love me, I want you. My heart's an exile, I need you to touch me, 'cause I want what you do, I want you. Okay, so you're killing it, dude. You got the opening medley, fucking On Your Knees, The Flame, The Torture Never Stops, Inside the Electric Circus, L-O-V-E, Love Machine, Wild Child. This show is killing it. The adrenaline's pumping. We're rocking the W.A.S.P fucking finally. And the brakes are halted on the W.A.S.P show, personally, for me. Because I gotta make a confession. The 4th song in, they start playing The Idol. And I gotta make a confession here tonight on Radical Rock and Record Reviews. I know that the W.A.S.P album, The Crimson Idol, is heralded as one of their all-time greats. And I know Blackie Lawless loves the fucking Crimson Idol. Some people say it's the best W.A.S.P album of all time. Dude, I have never liked that album. I don't get the hype for it. I personally think the Crimson Idol sucks. In my opinion, honestly, if I think about it, I think the Crimson Idol is probably the worst W.A.S.P album. Give me Neon God 1 and 2. Give me KFD. Give me Hell Dorado. Which those albums are usually heralded as the worst W.A.S.P albums. Give me all of those over the Crimson Idol. So the Idol comes on. I look at Samantha. I'm like, this is not good. So then, that point on, I listened to a little bit of it about halfway through. And I'm like, you know what? Not digging it. Sorry, Blackie. I'm sorry. Not digging it. So I grabbed my drinks, grabbed my baby, and I was like, come on, we're going to go to the merch booth. Go up to the merch booth. There's maybe 10 people in line. Fucking did it, dude. Success. Went through the line, bought me the W.A.S.P Wild Side shirt with Blackie riding his motorcycle on it. It says Wild Child on it. And it's got the tour dates on the back. And I got me that cool Eddie Munson metal die-cast W.A.S.P pin that's now on my fucking denim jacket. And Samantha also bought the W.A.S.P Wild Child t-shirt as well. So scored some fucking W.A.S.P merch. And then we go back to our seats. That was awesome. Scored. They actually had my fucking size after all those people. I was really impressed, actually. Then they went into another Crimson Idol track. The Great Misconceptions of Me. Oh, God. I could call this song The Great Misconceptions of an Awesome Album. Because the Crimson Idol to me is boring. It's plotting. It's bullshit. To me, I think Blackie was more concerned with telling a story than he was writing good songs. That's my review of it. So, The Idol, The Misconceptions of Me, The Great Misconceptions of Me, don't like it. Then they went into Chainsaw Charlie. Murders in the new morgue. Murders in the new morgue. Probably, honestly, the only song I like off the Crimson Idol. So I was totally fine with that. Chainsaw Charlie's home. So yeah, Chainsaw Charlie, Murders in the New Morgue comes on. That picks the vibe up for me. I'm sitting there rocking. It's a cool tune. Then they go into Blind in Texas. Fucking rocking it. Hey, dude, let's party. Then they went into, oh yeah, then the house lights go down. And then, some kind of old vintage 1986 newsreels start like coming on. But all the Tipper Gore and the PMRC, the Parents Resource Music Center, when they were attacking W.A.S.P and Blackie Lawless for having vulgar lyrics in his songs and the parental advisory stickers and all that. And then, shows D. Snyder in court testifying, John Denver, Frank Zappa, and then fucking Blackie and the boys kick into fucking Animal. I fucking like a beast. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Like come around, round. I'm gonna steal your love. I'm an animal. Tie you down, down. I'm gonna steal your love. Animal kills it, but once again, it's part of a medley, and Animal's fucking killing it. And then they go into the Who cover, The Real Me, which is off of the great, epic 1989 album, The Headless Children. So yeah, another medley. I would love to have heard Animal all the way through. I even would have loved to have heard The Real Me all the way through. But Blackie loves medleys. I'm not fucking with the boss man, dude. Do what you want to do. I'm here to rock out and support. And then they close the show with, I wanna be somebody too. I want to be somebody that they're rocking and killing it. Blackie's riding. He has that mic stand, the kind of the skeleton looking thing that's on like hydraulics, like a spring. And he's moving back and forth, and he climbs it and he's rocking out. And then what I thought was really cool, it was like on the screen behind him, it showed every current and past member of W.A.S.P. And I had to grab my fucking drinks and really toast when they showed my boy Johnny Rod, because I'm a huge Johnny Rod fan, and as a bass player, Johnny Rod's definitely one of my top influences. Great bass player, great stage presence, awesome singer himself. So I had to go, Johnny Ride fucking rules, yeah! And, you know, so that was it, man. 10 songs, W.A.S.P fucking murdered it. Now, I do have some critiques, I gotta be honest. I have some critiques about the W.A.S.P concert. The medleys, I can take or leave. I'd rather have the songs played full on. But if that's what Blackie wants to do, I'm cool with it. But, you know, I really wish they would have played Animal Fuck Like a Beast in its entirety, because this is a big deal, them playing that in the U.S., or really Blackie playing it, period, for the first time in like 10 or 12 years. Animal Fuck Like a Beast should have been played entirely. Another kind of minor complaint that I have is they cut the set list. Now, I remember back when the tour first started, they were doing another medley of Hellion and I Don't Need No Doctor. I Don't Need No Doctor, easily one of my favorite W.A.S.P songs. As a matter of fact, my band Wild Ride, this past summer, we started doing a cover of I Don't Need No Doctor live, which is on YouTube. Check it out. WILDRYDE, Wild Ride, I Don't Need No Doctor. We fucking slay that song. It's such a fun song to play, and I love it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite W.A.S.P songs. I was kind of bummed that they dropped Hellion and I Don't Need No Doctor. And then they were also doing some more modern era W.A.S.P songs. They were doing great ballad that I really enjoy off of 2007's Dominator album. Heaven's Hung in Black. They dropped Heaven's Hung in Black. That bums me out. Then another great fucking song that they dropped from the set list from 2009's Babylon, which in my opinion, dude, one of the very best W.A.S.P albums, Babylon. Crazy. You gotta be crazy to say you love me. Well, I don't wanna, no. Never let me say you love me. Crazy's a badass tune. So yeah, they dropped Hellion, I Don't Need No Doctor, Heaven's Hung in Black. Heaven's Hung in Black and fucking Crazy. That bummed me out. So you're cutting the show. The show felt a little short, man. I don't know why they did that. But on this tour, since it's the 40th anniversary tour of W.A.S.P, I personally kind of wish that all eras of W.A.S.P were included. I personally think there should be one song from every album. From W.A.S.P, the first album, the debut, up until Golgotha, the latest W.A.S.P album. I wish they would have included one song from every album. But who cares? The show was amazing. It was killer. Just wish the set list was a little longer and a little more varied. Maybe on the next tour. Because I'll be there. And next time I'm getting a fucking meet and greet, dude. So yeah, and another thing I want to clear up. I know there's been a lot of talk about Blackie Lawless lip syncing on this tour. Some people are just saying, oh, fuck Tracky Lawless. Completely bashing Blackie Lawless about lip syncing. Dude, I saw it with my own two eyes, and I heard it with my ears. And I've been playing music in bands for a long time, 20 years now. So I think I know this shit. Blackie Lawless is not lip syncing the whole show. That's fucking false. What he is doing is, when Blackie's singing live, there is a studio track being played very faintly underneath his voice in some songs, not all of them. It's almost like a guide vocal. Dude, you got to realize that Blackie's been screaming. He's one of the greatest heavy metal vocalists of all time, dude. He's been doing this shit for 40 fucking years. And his voice held up in prime, peak performance condition for so long. Maybe over the past, 5, 6, 7 years, Blackie's vocals have started to kind of show a little wear. Very little wear. Blackie just has those tracks played underneath his voice to kind of give his voice a little strength. The dude's 66 years old. You couldn't tell. He's out there fucking murdering it, blowing most all newer, younger bands off the fucking stage. Especially all that butt rocket, Louder Than Life. But yeah, dude, he's just using that to help give the songs a little more oomph. And Blackie was even confronted about it, and he said that the reason they're doing it, on top of the things that I just mentioned, was because, you know, in his studio, he has fucking 20, 30, 40 vocal tracks underneath his voice. And he just didn't like the way it sounded kind of thinner live. So he's doing it to enhance the show. He's doing it to enhance the performance, not to try to cover up something that isn't there. And yes, I will say, though, that I do believe he's lip-syncing the entire Animal I Fuck Like a Beast song. But, dude, this is very well talked about. Blackie nowadays is a born-again Christian. And maybe he just doesn't fucking feel right singing those lyrics. I get it, dude. At least they performed it. Do I like that they were lip-syncing? No. But, dude, lip-sync and perform and tour and let me experience fucking W.A.S.P. finally, one song. Or don't do any of that and never see W.A.S.P. again. And never be able to rock out with Blackie. Fuck that. I want to see W.A.S.P. It's just something that people are going to have to get over. It's shit that's happening nowadays, especially with older veteran artists. If it really, really, truly bothers you that much, stay home. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. Simple as that, dude. But Blackie Lawless, he's still very much a fucking animal. He's a beast. He's a heavy metal fucking king. He's heavy metal royalty. Blackie, I don't know if you'll ever watch this video, but if you do, if you come across it or anybody from the W.A.S.P. camp, I want to personally thank you for bringing W.A.S.P. finally back to U.S. soil. It's fucking amazing, dude. And I hope this is the first of many W.A.S.P. U.S. tours. Because as long as it's close to me, you should make a date here in Louisville, Kentucky at the Little Palace. But as long as it's close to me, I'll fucking be there, dude. Because I love W.A.S.P. And it was honestly one of the best concerts I've seen in a long fucking time. One of the best shows, if not, I've ever seen. So yeah, W.A.S.P. Blackie, I want to thank you, dude. Sincerely. And I want to thank Armored Saint. You now have a new fan. John, Joey, Jeff, Phil, Gonzo. You have a brand new fucking fan in Dick Twatkins of Armored Saint. I went out and bought my first Armored Saint album. Great concert, guys. I know it doesn't really have many dates left. If they come to your area, don't hesitate. Go see W.A.S.P. and Armored Saint live. In my opinion, the hottest tour of 2022. It was fucking amazing. And, you know, left the Ryman Auditorium totally satisfied. Would have liked a longer set. Would have liked more songs. But, dude, other than that, just little personal nitpicking. It was amazing, man. So, yeah, go see W.A.S.P. and Armored Saint. And that's the end of the review. Been hanging out with me for 37 minutes. Time to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to go get some Mexican food at El Nepal. Some chips and queso. Oh, yeah! Check out my band Wild Ride, WYLDRYDE, on Facebook, Official Wild Ride, on Instagram. Crank us up on Spotify, YouTube Music. Our debut EP, City Streets. Our second EP, Gasoline Alley. Available on all streaming sites. Or look us up on bandcamp.com. You can buy a physical fucking CD. Until next time, guys, keep rocking. Crank you up some W.A.S.P. and Armored Saint. And I will see you